Hey, it's Glenn, and is it just me, or is the lighting in this room actually getting worse? I cannot get good lighting in this house. It's like the light just gets sucked out of rooms. I don't know what it is. I've got a ring light over there and it's not making any difference. So there's that. It's probably that pervert ghost. I don't know. Um anyway, there are two things that I really want to talk about. First of all, is the crazy thing I did not expect. And, I'm not posting my vlogs as close to real time this year as usual. So this one will go up weeks after I recorded it. So I wasn't able to address this in real time, just given the schedule I have. But one of my I Can't Sleep videos went kind of crazy. And that, I was elated that, because, previously I have a micro channel and I am fine with that. I just, I make these videos to express. I'm not trying to get YouTube famous or anything. And I'm still a micro channel, but like, as of this recording, that video, previously, my highest viewed video on this channel had 98 views. This I Can't Sleep video, the one that was called I Can't Sleep because evil people are straight up weirdos, not only was my first to hit triple digits, it was my first to hit quadruple digits. As of this recording, over 1,700 views are on that video, and so much feedback, so much interaction with y'all in the comments. I loved it. Thank you for that. I'm glad you liked it. Most of you liked it. It's great that some of you didn't. That means I'm reaching a wider audience, which, again, it's never the goal for me when I make a video to get a ton of views. Like, sometimes I'll post a video and it's genuine and it's real, and I think I'm maybe gonna get 2 views. And if that's true, it doesn't change anything for me. So I never post a video, especially an I Can't Sleep video where I just kind of ramble. I never post a video expecting 1,700 views. So I don't know why that video took off. I don't know what happened, but I appreciate it, and I have 30 new subscribers. I think within the week I went from 26 subscribers to 56 subscribers. And again, I don't know what the numbers are at as you're watching this video, but as it's being recorded, those are the numbers. And it's just, it's nice. Because, it reassures me that I am in fact talking to someone. Like, I get 15 views on a video and I feel that. I'm deeply appreciative for the 15 people who viewed my video. It's kind of like I didn't require them in order to feel that it was a successful expression. A creative expression, but I so value it when people do take the time to look at what I'm doing and to like what I'm doing and to subscribe. To have 56 subscribers to a channel that I basically do nothing. I do nothing to help myself in the algorithm. Like, don't just do the same thing. I do the same things, but it's kind of a variety. It's like, I don't just do vlogs, I don't just do I can't sleep videos or conversations and sunglasses videos or let me tell you a story videos or the books I love. Like, I do all those things that are different, and that's not good for the algorithm, but I don't care because I refuse to bow down to the algorithm. I'm doing what I want to do, and the fact that resonates with some of you, it thrills me. Thank you so much. And I've got to be honest, I kind of froze up for a minute because I was like, wait a minute. People are watching these things. What do I do now? And it didn't take me very long to remember, what do I do now? Carry on. I mean, it changes nothing except that I know there's a chance more people are going to see the video, but it doesn't change what I'm doing on this channel or how I'm doing it. So you're going to continue to get what you subscribed to. I don't have a big head over it or anything, It's just really affirming. It's really nice. And that 56 of you out there enjoyed it enough to subscribe to my quirky little YouTube channel. Thank you. So, moving on from that, and I kind of hate to talk about both of these things in the same video, but I need to address the anger that was in my last vlog episode, the one where Nick Aston and I went to Goji Cafe for lunch, and on the drive there, I was ranting. I was very, very angry and very, very hurt. And I am not apologizing for that, I'm addressing it. Because those feelings of anger and hurt were very honest, and they were very, in my opinion, they were very justified. It was just fresh. It had happened the night before. As of now, it's been 11 days instead of 1. I've had a lot more time to process what happened that made me angry. I actually filmed an entire vlog the day after that Goji Cafe vlog that I can't get off my phone. I can't get it into the editing program that I use. And that's probably for the best, because I was already thinking, I can't post that video. I feel like it, as much as I want to hold nothing back in my vlogs, I want it to be very genuine. I do still feel protective of people I care about, and I don't want to put their business in front of the camera without their consent. And sometimes, even if they would consent, there are things about other people's lives as they intersect mine that I don't feel right about using for content, like, but I do feel like the thing that happened is a very big part of my 2024 story. There's no way that the ripples from that event aren't going to affect other things. And so if I pretend it didn't happen, that's one of the reasons I left that angry rant in the previous video, the Goji Cafe video, was because I felt like cutting out that this thing happened and trying to hide it from my vlog would make my vlog hollow moving forward, because as the ripples happen throughout the months ahead, I'll have to hide those too. Like, there will be no context for them as far as the vlog is concerned. And if my vlog starts feeling hollow, I will lose interest in doing it. I'm not interested in anything but a genuine expression of self. And if I'm not doing that, I'm not doing my vlog. So the fact that I can't get that video I filmed off the phone gives me, it kind of forces my hand. Instead of wondering, should I or shouldn't I, it's like, well, I can't. At least not now, not for now. And it gives me an opportunity to talk about it in a less dangerous for my situation way. And it frustrates me when I can't just tell you everything in the moment of a thing, that I have to, I don't have to. It's just a moral choice to protect other people from, I'm not going to sit here and talk about people, because I want people to have opportunities to do better. I don't want to make it worse. I feel like if I come onto the camera and just start telling you all the stuff, exactly who did exactly what, then I'm making the decision not to give relationships an opportunity to heal. So, that said, let's get into it, as much as I am comfortable getting into it ethically. So right, that last vlog episode, those emotions were very raw and very real. I said some swears. I mean, I can't remember the last time I was this angry at a person I love. And so, so the day, why I filmed that video the day after the Goji vlog, at work, I'm alone a lot in the building. Like, I'm the only person in the building for hours at a time. And I'm alone with my thoughts, and it just wasn't a great day to leave Glenn alone with his thoughts, because they were all hurt, they were bleeding. I feel like my spirit was bleeding and wounded, and alone with my thoughts, I just kept thinking about what happened. And I noticed, before, it started happening before I could tell it was about to happen. There was no, oh, I'm about to cry. It's just suddenly my eyes were leaking at work. No one was there. But I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to pull myself together before people get here. So I did. I pulled myself together a bit, but not much. I mean, I pulled myself together enough to get through to my lunch break. And then on my lunch break, I drove off, found a spot, and I just started talking to the camera. Because I needed to get it out. I needed to get the poison out of my spirit. And there was a lot of it, and there still is. But as far as leaving room for... I didn't say who did what in that video. And I haven't watched it since I recorded it. But as I remember it, I feel like I said too much. That on the off chance, I don't think that person watches my vlogs, but on the off chance that he does, I think him seeing it would, just knowing the way his mind worked, like, it wasn't a good idea if I want there to be any healing in that relationship, and I do. And it's kind of like making that video made me realize that. Like by the end of the video, I understood my feelings and why I was so hurt. And so without giving any details that might be too revealing for now, you know. Like when I'm through this, when I'm past being so close to this event, I may be able to ethically divulge a little bit more. Like as things happen or don't happen, as it becomes safer to share, I will share, but safety is my concern. I do not feel safe. So again, without giving too many details, and you know, from what I'm going to say, I can't imagine anyone would be able to fathom the depth of how this affected me, because I will simply say, someone whom I dearly love did something to hurt me. And I don't know if it hurt more that they did this thing to hurt me, just willfully, or that I wasn't surprised and in fact expected it. Because that's not how I want to feel about people I love. And I'm very uncomfortable even talking about it this much, just because I don't want to hurt this person. And that's something I realized about myself making that video that you aren't seeing right now. Like, I mean, because I've said it before jokingly to people in my life, like just trying to explain why I get confused sometimes by people being so quick to give up on each other and people hurting each other so easily. Like, I mean, what I say is I love like a dog. I'm like a golden retriever of a human being. And that's why. And I'm not saying this is healthy. I'm just saying this is how I love. And that people can kick me again and again, and I will take any opportunity to forgive them and just come back wagging my tail. Like, I want to forget all the bad stuff that happened. I don't tend to hold grudges. I don't like holding grudges. It's like, I much prefer the peace of forgiveness. But it's not always such an easy thing. Like, you can even push a dog too far. And I kind of feel like that's where I'm at. More than kind of. I feel like that's where I'm at. I feel like there has been an unforgivable breach of trust with someone I very dearly love, and not an unexpected breach of trust. So even though I had braced myself for it and prepared myself for it, when it hit, I was able to play it off like I was unaffected. But yeah, the next day I'm shedding tears at work, and fortunately no one was around to think I was crazy. I mean, when I came back from my lunch break, I was sniffling like I'm on cocaine or something. Like, I was more worried they were going to think I was doing cocaine on my lunch break. I've never done cocaine, by the way. But I know it makes people sniffle or something. I don't know. So not being as raw as I was in that video that was not posted, I can say that I really came to terms with the fact that I love like a dog, with the fact that this was easily an unforgivable offense, with the fact that my spirit is flooded with the poison of anger and resentment and an inability to forgive. Like, I came to terms with all the contradictions, that the internal contradictions of my feelings, all of which are valid and genuine. Even when your emotions are at war with each other, it's because they're like, if you have love and anger and both are valid, both have been well earned, and they're fighting for dominance, like it makes me feel sick. Like, genuinely physically sick. But both of those feelings belong. Like, it's not wrong that I love this person. It's not wrong that I'm very angry at this person. It's not wrong that I'm very hurt. And so maybe spiritual balance is finding a way to reconcile all of these feelings and move forward in a constructive way. And constructive may not be getting justice, because I realized if I fight to get justice, I will win. But I will lose this person whom I dearly, dearly love. But I will have justice. But does that justice equate to satisfaction? Will I be satisfied? Because I'm not the sort of person who retaliates or seeks revenge, and I feel like that's kind of being taken advantage of. I feel like that is 100% being taken advantage of. And that only makes me angrier. And like, I just don't know why more people don't love like dogs. Like, why aren't more people eager to forgive. Like, give me any excuse to forgive you. I will give you every opportunity to make things right. But I don't expect that to happen with this person. And I feel like if I make an issue out of it, which I have every right to do, it will not be received well. And I can't say more. If I could say more, I could make so much more sense out of this for you, but I think instead of focusing on the details, I want to focus on the emotional turmoil that I'm feeling and how I'm going to proceed, especially in the context of making this year's theme spiritual balance. And I'm interested in hearing what you think, even though I can't give you details. I mean, comment if you've ever been through an emotional struggle like this regarding a relationship. Let's have a conversation about it. I think it's good to talk about these things, but okay, so the day after Goji, all I was thinking about was justice. And I wasn't thinking about, I was thinking brutal justice. And then later in the week, as the week progressed, I sat with it more and realized, no, I can't go about it this way with this person, but there is a way. There is a way to get justice, and it would be very cold and calculated. And I was thinking that's what I needed. I needed justice, and maybe I do. I mean, that's what I'm struggling with, because it wouldn't be wrong. It would not be wrong for me to seek justice. The problem is this person would never understand. This person probably wouldn't learn the lesson. Or if they learned a lesson, it wouldn't be the right lesson. I would get what by rights I should be getting. And this person would get what by rights they should be getting. I can't say more. I can't talk about this person. Which is frustrating because it leaves a big gap in this story that I can't fill in for you. So again, I'm saying this for myself. Focus on the feelings. So I feel hurt, betrayed, and violently angry. Violently angry. And that fighting back is justified. It is justified. Whether I'm angry or not. I can be an emotionless computer and tell you, knowing the situation, that it is justified. And that there is no way I would not win in any kind of battle for justice with this person. Because it's so, absolute what happened. It's not subjective in any way. But right, it's the wrestling that with the deep love and adoration I have for this person. And so I sat with it one day, a couple days ago. I was just kind of turning over the feelings, and just asking myself who I am, really. I was frustrated by my golden retriever heart. I wanted it out of the way. But that's so genuinely who I am. And when I thought about it kind of in terms of parallel timelines, parallel futures that I could embrace, one where I get justice, and one where, to the frustration of probably almost everyone who knows me, if they knew the details, I let it go. Which, to the part of me that wants justice, the angry, hurt, wounded part of me, letting it go sounded impossible. Because it was too big of a thing. But when I thought about those parallel timelines, the one where I'm happiest is the one where I let it go. The one where it's sort of like forgive but do not forget. Like, I can let my inner golden retriever love this person and not necessarily, I may still, just because self-care, need to make one more attempt to get this person to do the right thing calmly and with reason, just calm reason. But I don't expect them to, and that hurts, because I want to expect the best of people. But this person has proven on numerous occasions now that that is not a reasonable expectation for them. But I do love this person, and it's not a blind love. This is a very good person. This is someone, a very good person who is capable of doing very bad things. And I know, it's like when you know someone so well, it's like if they do 90% wonderful things and 10% god-awful atrocities, it's hard to throw out the 90% of good things, even though that 10% is horrendous. But if so, in the interest of inner peace, in the interest of pursuing a timeline where I can let go of these spiritual toxins and embrace love and joy, in the interest of spiritual balance, what I have decided to do for the time being, for as long as it is in fact beneficial to me and not harming me, I've decided that rather than fighting for justice against a person I don't want to lose, and who I don't want to lose me, instead I'm going to fight an internal battle with the goal of shedding the poison and forgiving, while at the same time setting very firm boundaries with this individual that will assure that they never have the power or the opportunity to do something this harmful to me ever again. So the goal is I want to keep and heal this relationship if it is possible to do so. But in order to do that, rather than seeking immediate justice, I'm going to have to prevent this person from having as much access to my trust. This person cannot have the level of trust they once did again. And that hurts me because I love being able to trust and believe in people. And maybe over time, that trust and belief will be earned back. But I'm not going to pursue that. In other words, I'm going to move forward, let go of what I've lost, and embrace what I still have, and hope, like I always do, for the best. But I'm not going to be vulnerable with this person again until that trust is earned back, and it will take a lot. So don't think I'm saying I'm gonna just, oh, everything is nice and I've forgotten all about it, and oh, I'll just give this person the same opportunity to hurt me in the same way now that everything is fine and forgotten. No. And I do know myself well enough to know that when I've decided to draw a line, it's done. And I do hope that I can trust this person again, because that trust meant a lot to me. Like, I was more upset about the violation of trust than I was about what actually happened, like story-wise, you know. The event didn't upset me as much as the violation of my trust. So that's where I'm at with it. And despite my screaming and swearing in the car in the last vlog, I am still committed to being way more spiritually balanced by the end of this year than I was at the beginning of this year. And I think I'm making the right choice. But I'm listening. If anyone, if what I'm saying even makes sense, leaving out the details, just talking about the emotions, if anybody thinks I'm making the wrong choice, sound off. Let me know. If anyone thinks I'm making the right choice, let me know. Validate me in that way. Or give me, just whatever you think I need to hear. I'm listening. But I want to assure you, I am not talking about being a doormat for this person. I'm just saying, I love this person. That hasn't changed. Throughout the most volcanic moments of my private rage, the fact that I deeply and sincerely love this person has not changed and will not change. So, an act of retaliation would hurt me. Like, hurting this person, even if they deserve it, by coming at them and getting justice, would scar my soul. And I don't think I can carry that. So, again, this forgiveness that I'm going to be fighting for comes with boundaries. Like very, very, very firm boundaries. And I think that is for me as an individual, I feel like that is the emotionally healthy and mentally healthy path to choose, is the path of forgiveness with boundaries. But I'm still angry, and I'm still hurt, and I'm still very close to this event, time-wise. 11 days isn't very long. But I know that was a pretty heavy vlog entry, but I really do feel like it's necessary to note this event, even if I'm not calling it out in a way that, in a detailed manner. Because I don't know. You know, it's like I'm telling a story with my vlogs every year, but I don't know how that story is going to wrap up in the end of the year. I don't know where the story is going. No one knows. Like, we're all living these lives, these stories, and we don't know the end. We don't know what's going to happen in the next chapter. Not until we get there and we're in it. So, I feel like when there's a big thing that I'm maybe uncomfortable sharing, I would rather share as much as I can than not share anything at all. Because we may be coming back to this. We may not. But I do feel like, you know, I don't know how. I don't know if we're going to have a positive outcome relationship-wise. Or a bad outcome relationship-wise. I don't know what the fate of this relationship is going to be. From my vantage point, 11 days after the event. But if it's good, I may get to the point where I can talk about it in detail, or I may not. And if it's bad, I will probably be able to talk about it in detail, but it's going to be a while. Like, if I'm forced into a position of needing to seek justice, that's what I will do. But while I'm not being forced into any position, I'm choosing the path of forgiveness. So I'm not being a doormat. That's just before people start letting me know what they think about the choices I'm making. I want to make it clear that when I set boundaries, I mean it. So it's a hard situation that I've never been in before, honestly. Like, not like this. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video so as not to just keep rambling without telling you anything, because that feels bad too. I don't like saying, oh, something happened, but I can't tell you what it is. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is. So I'm sharing what I can, and I'm grateful to you for listening. And if you drop your thoughts, drop some advice in the comments, I'm grateful for that too. And yeah, I mean, so I'm going to call that a vlog. Again, welcome new subscribers. Welcome to my crazy vlog. Hopefully the next episode of my vlog won't be so heavy, but we'll see. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know what's coming in the next chapter. But there's no outline for this. So it's not like writing a novel. Speaking of which, if you want to check out my writing, my novels, my short fiction, you can go to my author website, glensladeclarkjr.com. Links to all my writing is there. The backlog of videos on this channel. Links to the podcast I do with Matt called Autodidactica, which we just filmed We just recorded another episode of that like last Friday. Oh my goodness. Like we talked from 9:30 p.m. until 4:30 a.m. and I need to edit that down to like a couple hours. It's like that's why we do a podcast, but it's not like really check out our podcast because I'm really proud of it. It's not like I Can't Sleep where I just ramble. We don't just ramble. We have a set topic every month and we just turn it over from every angle we can think of and talk and talk and talk. It's a podcast, so you won't have dead air. You're going to have Glenn and Matt chattering about hot topics usually. Hot topics, social issues. That's what we do on Autodidactica. But yeah, links are all at glensladeclarkjr.com. And if you enjoy following my story, if you enjoy any of the other weird stuff I do on this channel, if you are so kind and so inclined, please do like, subscribe, and all of that fun stuff, because it makes me feel famous and loved. So thank you again. Thank you again for more than 1,700 views on a video speaking of feeling famous and loved. Thank you so much for that. And I'll, regardless of what that does to views and such moving forward, I enjoyed that moment. I enjoyed that moment of getting all that attention on a video and being able to interact with y'all that much. That was great. So, never hold back a comment, because I will read them. But that's the vlog for now, and I'll talk to y'all next time.